Hello and welcome to another edition of Social Buzz Extra. You know how we do it here, bringing you all of the trending issues making wave on social media to your doorstep. And I am Ogochukwu. All you need to do is to relax and enjoy this buzzy ride. All right. Also, you can watch on DSTV channel 365 and on Star Time channel 276. Also, to be part of this conversation, you can also watch on our YouTube channel. It's Global TV NG. All you need to do is to subscribe and also click on that bell-like icon. It's going to notify you whenever we come your way and also notify you whenever we have good programs. We have a lot of programs packed in there for you, including up-to-date news. All right, let's go into the topic of the day proper. All right, today we are talking about what's happening in Delta State. You know, earlier today on Global Morning, we spoke about it, but shortly, briefly, because of the sake of our time. And I told you guys that you will meet me again by 11:30. And here I am, you know, keeping to my words, of course. So we are still talking about the issue of the security guard who is being arrested, you know, in Delta State. A security guard arrested in connection with murder of a retired female judge in Delta State. So operatives of homicide section of the state CID Delta State Police Command have arrested one Godwin Ngumi, 25, the security guard who allegedly murdered Justice Ifeoma Okogo, retired in Anambra State. Confirming these developments to newsmen, the spokesperson of the command, SP Edafe Bright, said the phone of the late retired justice has also been recovered from the security guard. He confessed that he invited his friend, one Nadio Balum, and one other suspect at large over to the house, where they carried out the dastardly act together. Nadio Balum has also been arrested, while the manhunt for the third suspect is ongoing, Edafe said. Justice Okogu, an Asaba-born former judicial officer, was found dead late Sunday night, you know, sometime around 23rd of November this year at her home in Asaba. Her killers bound her legs, hands, and ransacked the entire house during this horrific incident. Well, that's it for the late George. We say may her soul rest in peace. But then we were talking earlier, like I said, in Global Money. I had to read through again for those who are just joining us, you know. So we're talking about how you hire help, and only what they get, you know, your own pay at the end of the day is maybe the help gets to steal your stuff, and also maybe, like in the case of Justice Ifeoma may kill you. We've seen several videos online that, you know, we get to see where helps do things that are not really cool. And this time around, it's a security guard who you think you are secured. You know, you're putting your property and maybe your life in the hands of the security guard, hoping that everything is secured. The security guard ended up taking your life. This is really, really bad. So earlier, like I said, we're talking about how the means, because we've heard of these things severally. And to say the truth, we cannot stop hiring people like this. You cannot stop hiring people that can help you do one or two things in the house, you know. So how do we maybe help ourselves? How do we curb the rate of, domestic workers killing their employers or maybe stealing something from them? And this is where you come in. I also want your comments to be on social media. You can use the platform, like I said earlier, use Global TV NG on YouTube. But how do we curb all of this? It's becoming so much. People get to die every day, and you hear it's because of a domestic worker. Domestic workers have abused, you know, their employers, maybe children. We've heard abuse. You know, recently one was making rounds on social media where the domestic worker was seen sexually abusing a child, a minor. That child was, you know, below the age of 5. And a domestic worker was abusing that boy. We've seen several clips on social media. So how do we even help to curtail all of these things? It's becoming too much. It's not something that we can say, we can't help it at this point. People are beginning to speak out, because I've heard some people say, oh, when I get married, I'm never going to get a domestic help, a domestic worker. Oh, when I get to, but see, even when it's not a domestic worker, we've seen people where you hire them in offices, they get to steal. You know, we was saying something in the morning. He said, even in offices, in organization, you see a driver, you know, running away, catching away with the office vehicle that is not his own. We've seen so many things happen even in office spaces. So this has to do with human. It's not a let's say maybe a particular region or religion or anything. It is just the human being. So how do we even get to sensitize the minds of people at this point? I know some people will tell you a thief is a thief. Someone who is bound to destroy is bound to destroy. And come on, it's really not a good one. For the late Chief Justice, Chief Judge, I beg your pardon, Ifoma, I feel very, very bad, because at this point, this is someone who has retired and she's in a resting period. This is what I call the resting age. You have done your due diligence. You have served the country as you are supposed to, and this is the time where you get to relax, maybe take care of yourself properly, your children and your grandchildren, of course, and just someone who you have been paying from your hard and money gets to take your life. How much is the gratuity or pension of this? How much is the pension of this lady who died? That you'll be envy her so much that you have to take her life and also go away with her properties. It's really not a good one. So if you know how we can help to sensitize the minds of workers, whether domestic workers or anywhere, a worker is a worker. If you know how they can sensitize the minds of these people, or you have a contribution, please drop it using the social media handle. All right, let's take some comments from social media as regards this issue. It's all about social media comments. So the first one is coming from Calabar Don Dada, and Calabar says, when they pay you to destroy the system will come back to you one day. That's I said it in the morning. This comment is not a good one for someone who just passed. How are you sure she destroyed the system? What made you think she destroyed the system? She only carried out her duties as a lawyer, as a chief judge. So what exactly happened? If you have a receipt, if you have an evidence, if you have the fact of she destroying the system, then bring it forward and stop posting things like this on people's pages. You can't come out to say she destroyed the system. Please just wish the dead peace, and that's all. All right. Secondly, the comments we're taking is coming from Barbie Pink, and Barbie says, Makawai now, that's why I insisted my mother should leave her husband's house and come and live with me, since my dad is no more. I can't afford to hire outsider to stay with her. Let her stay with me. Let me be seeing her. When will domestic staff stop to by their employers, especially elderly people? To be very honest, when you get to see the elderly, we've always known the fragile people in the community are usually children, pregnant women, the sick, and the elderly. These are people who are so there to us. These are people who you can help. These are people who are vulnerable, so they are supposed to be protected. But then we get to see people harm them. How do you even open your eyes and hurt a woman like that, or an elderly woman who is over 60s? It's something that is really unfortunate at this point. This person's comment is saying, I can't leave my mother alone in the house. I know that my father is dead, but my mother cannot stay alone. Another thing is that you see these women, they don't like to leave their family house. So even when they go abroad, they'll tell you, I'm coming back to my husband's house. I want to live with my husband. I want to stay in my husband's house, even when their husband is no longer alive. And you start asking yourself, why can't you stay here with me? Aren't you comfortable? Am I doing something wrong? But no, they will never leave their house. It's not possible. My mom is an example, so I know them very well. They don't get to leave their home at all. They are very comfortable in their home. And I don't know. It's just a thing with mothers. All right, the last comment is coming from MOJ. And MOJ says, imagine the security that was employed for her protection finally carried out the dastardly and evil acts. Very, very shameful, very painful at this point. We wish, we can turn the hands of time, but nothing can be done at this point. Sometimes when something happens, you wish you did this, you wish you did that, but at this point she's already dead and gone, and we can only wish her that her soul rest in peace, and she'll be remembered for the goodwill, the good things that she has done over the years while she was still alive. All right, moving over, and this time around we are moving to the West, where something funny really happened. It's a man who was found on the foot of an overland aircraft at approximately 1500 hours. A male identified as Segun Martins gained unauthorized access to the foot of an overland aircraft that was about to taxi for takeoff and attempted to conceal himself between the aircraft's tires. Ground security apprehended the individual. He was immediately handed over to the airport police for further investigation. Mr. Segun Martin stated that he believed that the aircraft was bound for the United States of America and intended to escape by hiding on the aircraft. Investigations are ongoing. Okay, at this point, this is someone who is trying to escape the harsh reality of Nigeria. I don't know if I should be really happy or smiling. This is very risky. I did not know that people can go this far to make sure that they escape Nigeria. According to him, this plane is he said he suspects that the plane is leaving to United States of America from Ekiti. I did not know we have these international flights from Ekiti, to be very honest. I'm not trying to abuse Ekiti people, but I've not heard it. I've not read in the papers. I've not seen it. So if there is any, maybe you can educate me. But then how do you think that these flights will leave from Ekiti down to the United States of America without stopping anywhere? Maybe you will go and land in Maiduguri, where they will carry the next passengers. Or maybe in Abuja or in Lagos, then maybe you start again from Lagos. Because, come on, why risk your life in that tire? Do you know how small the tire of an aircraft can be? So you wrap yourself around the tire, and how comfortable are you going to be? How long will you be on air? Like, the risk we really take for things, I really don't know. I don't know how to explain this. If you know how to explain this, please use the comment section and explain to me how people do things. It's really risky, to be very honest. If you want to escape harsh realities of life, this is not the best way to do it, because at the end of the day, you might end up losing your life. You are not escaping at this point anymore. You are going to die. There's nothing like escaping. You are not leaving. You are not going anywhere. So please, let's take it easy on ourselves. Sometimes we are the one who actually put pressure on ourselves. Yes, I can say that again. We humans, we put so much pressure on ourselves. We don't want to go with the pace of life. We don't want to go with the way life unfolds every day. I must tell you, life is like a puzzle. Every day you work so hard to solve one part. Every day, if you cannot solve that part today, maybe you have cracked your brain so hard and you cannot solve it today. Take a rest, to be very honest. Applaud yourself for being able to even take that step to solve it. Then rest. The next day you continue. I bet you, bit by bit, puzzles are not solved once. They are not solved in a day. They are not solved in an hour. Take it bit by bit. Definitely you will get it. It's life, oh. To be very honest, life can be so tricky. Sometimes I sit there and I'm asking myself, what exactly is going on with me? Why is this person so fast? We're born almost same time, same year. Why is this person getting it very fast? People think differently. People are wired differently. People work differently. And the earth knows how to favor people in different times and different ways. Times and seasons, I must tell you. Today, you can be in a rainy weather. Tomorrow, it could be cloudy. Next tomorrow, you see dust. So that's just the way it is. It is all about time, season. Some people tell you chance. Okay, you can add chance to it. Please just make sure that you are consistent. That is the only thing. I think I'm beginning to sound like a motivational speaker. You can give me my crown at this point. All right, but that's just a truth, you know. Let's take it calm. Let's work at one pace at a time, and don't be in a haste. For the fact that one person is getting it doesn't mean that we all can get it once. Get it at your own time, and applaud yourself when you do. Whenever you put in any work, whether how tiny little work it may be, make sure you applaud yourself. Well, let's take some comment from social media as regards this guy who was found in the tires of an overland aircraft. And the first comment is coming from Celeb Signature. And Celeb Signature says, hope he is mentally okay. Oga won't leave us here. Now lie, this is our country, you go nowhere. To be very honest, yes, this is another point. They should check him properly to know if he's mentally okay. For someone who is taking that kind of decision, then it doesn't look like he is mentally stable. If you can take him to a psychiatric home, they check him, his mental status to know if he's okay, fine. Then if he's not okay, please hold him, tie him, take him to Yaba left. Do anything you need to do to him, beat him and make him come out from that madness, because this is obviously madness. The next comment is coming from Good Things, and Good Things says, not funny, from Ilorin to, okay, that's Ilorin. From Ilorin to USA, how come? Who is your advisor? If peradventure you went with the plane, you will land at Maiduguri. He said you will land at Maiduguri or Benue State. LOL. Okay. This person just said something I said earlier, landing at Maiduguri, honestly. Or you land at Benue State. See, this person is saying it. You land at Benue State or at Maiduguri. Please, who is your advisor? Who is your plug? Who is giving you motivational speeches? I'm sure it's not me. I know I've just called myself a motivational speaker, but it's not me. Please don't be motivated to do that again. You might be risking your life. You are risking your life, as a matter of fact. So let us watch how we move at this point. All right, I would like us to take a quick short break, a quick one. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back from that quick break. You know, I promised it's going to be quick and it's going to be short. All right, up to the next topic, which is the last one for the day, I promise you. This is from an ex-user who has trolled the Omoni Oboli, our own Omoni Oboli. So an ex-user have trolled the movie producer and actress Omoni Oboli. This is coming after she received an award of being the best producer on YouTube. He said, I'm convinced and 100% sure I can do a better job and create a more compelling Hollywood standard movie than at Omoni Oboli, Funke Akindele, Kunle Afolayan combined, I beg your pardon. And he said, I said what I said. Okay. The actress replied, you know, no stress. Now, at this point, she said, I believe you. Go do it. Rooting for you. How do you guys do this? To be very honest, you have never produced a jingle. You have never produced, I don't know how to call it, an advert. It is a movie. You have never done any of these things, and you just come out to open your mouth. And do you think producing a movie is just about calling actors and actresses and asking them to say this and say that and that? Or please, there's a lot of work. We only see the glamour, you know, but we don't get to see the work. And I think that's why I like the new movie, you know, Funke Akindele's movie about behind the scene. You know, a lot happens behind the scene where we don't get to see. You don't even get to see how they're in fact, mentally they are not even stable, because at this point you are thinking about so many things, and you just come out to say, oh, I can produce a good movie, I can do that. Oh, because she received an award. Is it paining you because you got the award? Anyways, I'm just so happy that, you know, she had to reply, because sometimes you just feel like this celebrities, they're not supposed to reply, they're not supposed to say anything. But her reply was very mature, just like her. You know, she said, I believe you can do it. Go do it. We are rooting for you. This sky is so big that we all can actually reach for it. So please reach for it. Let's take some comment from social media, and the first one is coming from I am Mosa Roland. And Mosa Roland says, what a perfect response. It's giving, go forth, my child, prosper. I believe in your ministry. The sky is big enough and you have all my blessings. Yes. Second comment is coming from the perfect gift hands. And the perfect gift hands souvenir says, the sky is too big, so do you, and the world will also applaud you. Very well. Last comment is coming from the GLCB, and this person says, if he easy, go run him. Plenty of words, no the full basket, like Omoni response. Very mature replies. Cho, 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 no working. That's not what we want here. It should end this year, you know. All right, that's all we have for you. We have to wrap it up today, even though we have so many gist on social media. But we'll wrap it up for you today, of course. I am Ogoch Kumobino. Please stay with us on Global Television. We have so much for you. And if you're just tuning in, please, you have missed, but you have also missed. So you can watch on YouTube. It's Global TV NG. Make sure that you subscribe. Also click on the bell like icon. It's going to notify you whenever we come your way, bringing you good information, including up-to-date news. So come your way again next time. Bye for now and happy weekend.